Today we made ragu fiorentino. Florentine ragu is a little bit different compared to bolognese ragu. We don't use different ingredients. The main ingredients of bolognese ragu is the onion. In Florence we use carrots and celery as well. Also in Bologna, after they cook all the vegetables and they cook the beans, they use milk. Here in Florence we use red wine. In this case, it's Chianti wine. Okay? Now, the main ingredients of our Mediterranean diet is the extra virgin olive oil. Maybe in America you have avocado oil. It's more popular, but now even in America you make olive oil. I don't know if you know this one. In California, I know for sure they make olive oil. Not because I'm Italian, olive oil is a little bit better, yes. But at the end they have the same property. Olive oil has got anti-inflammatory action, it's got antioxidant. Also keep down your level of LDL cholesterol. So balance, your cholesterol is very good for you. The only thing you have to be careful about extra virgin olive oil, you don't have to overheat your olive oil. Otherwise you're going to make really bad substance like acrylamide. It's very, very dangerous for cancer. So it's very, very important to don't overheat the extra virgin olive oil. This one happens because olive oil has got very low smoking point compared to other oil. But any oil in general, when it's overheated, it's not good for you. It's very bad for you. So even if you use normal oil just to fry it, it's always good to use once or twice. Otherwise, after it's very, very good. So we start with olive oil. Here in Tuscany, it's particular extra virgin olive oil because it's very green. The color is very intense. Now you don't see properly because it's dark at the bottom of my fry pan. But it's very green and intense in flavor. That's why when we're going to make the new olive oil in November with the others, we're going to grind the olives, we put some leaves from the olive tree. So the olive oil is very rich in fruity, it's very spicy. So usually we don't use to cook when it's new. We use for dressing, we use for salad, we use for steak. Okay? And we're going to use the oil from the year before because it's less spicy. Okay, so we start with olive oil. Very, very important, my stove is at 0 now. Okay, so I'll start with the ingredients. The first ingredient is onion. It's the same like bolognese. I'll start from 0 so you can see all the steps to make this sauce. I use yellow onion. Usually you use, which onion do you use?
Sometimes the
Depends, but yellow and white is the same. The red one is more for dress, for salad, but it's more local here in Florence. For example, my grandmother, she used to use red onion, which was the onion on the bottom. So back to my grandmother. My grandmother, she used a rounded knife called a mezza luna, half moon. I don't know, maybe this was with 2 handles. It was very easy to chop it up. We don't use anymore. I have a home, but it was very versatile. I have a lot, to make all to chop it up for the old vegetables. So first ingredient, the same like bolognese. Okay. I don't like to chop it up too thin, but if you like, you can use the cutter, but it's not the same thing. Because at the end, if you leave the pieces already, you're going to eat your sauce, you're going to buy all the vegetables, you get extra food. So first ingredient is onion. Second ingredient, carrot. Now carrot, I use one grandmother trick. My grandmother, she didn't have any source of refrigeration. She used to leave all the vegetables under the house with a room called a cantina, with all buckets with water, so the carrots was more crunchy. So I have already peeled. Do you use carrots when you make ragu? Carrots is very important. It's not only flavor because it's got inside a preservative called beta carotene, help to keep your sauce for more day in your fridge. Doesn't go off. It's like a natural preservative. Also, it's got flavor. It's sweet. It's good. Also, it's got lots of vitamin B. So the alimentation, if you have good ingredients, you get a lot of benefit for your health, for the vegetable you're going to use it. So it's very, very important you don't have more for the healthy life. Now we're looking for to have a better quality, about healthy life. You get a lot of benefit from the vegetable you're going to use. See, I'm not chop it up too much. I like to leave pieces, it's better. Okay, next ingredient, celery. Don't use leaves. Leaves are bitter, so I'm not going to use. Okay. You use celery as well. Celery is extra flavor. We use a lot in the centre and south Italy. In the north of Bologna, they don't use it like heavy. I'm going to chop it up. And this time, this is called an Italian soffritto, it's the base, okay? What is very important, you have to start from zero, your stove, because you don't overheat your olive oil. So it has to fry, but not too much, very close to fry point and under. That's very, very important. You get more flavor for your vegetable, you don't make any bad sauce that's for the olive oil. Also, if you overheat those, you get to burn all the ingredients. So always, when you make sauces, it's always better start from zero. So you sure you don't burn your vegetable you're going to put inside, okay? Now, the next ingredient, help with somewhere. The next ingredients are herbs. Now, I'm going to use bay leaves, rosemary, and sage. These one, they are very popular around here, especially rosemary. Even here in the center of Florence, you find some pots next to the flower with rosemary. At this time, here they have beautiful pink flower, so they're even good for decoration. So I get some rosemary, sage, and bay leaves. Bay leaves usually are more bushy plant, but you can find, everywhere, in the bush is very popular. Also, these ones are all evergreen plants, so all the time over here you can find. Okay. Again, I mention my grandmother again. I'm going to use another grandmother. I get a rope, or tie like a bunch of flowers. This one helps me to keep all the herbs together, so they're not going around. They're not going around in the sauce. When you go to it, in the sauce, they're not inside. I'm going to cut. Here I pour inside. My grandmother, she used to make everything inside the pot. She used to make it inside. Tie it there. Then up there. Take it off. Now today I use a fry pan. I don't need a long rope. Just pour it inside. And when it's finished to cook, get my thoughts. I take it away. Okay? Now, at this point, stay very, very low to fry all the ingredients. Now, the next ingredients is the meat. Here in Florence, usually we use only beef meat because it's the land of the steak, Florence steak, Here in the restaurant, we have a really good meat aged, used for the steaks, we have a lot of cut from the steaks. We use the entrecôte, you know, the T-bone steak, you got fillet and entrecôte. We use this one, they're all the off-cut from the entrecôte. And it's very important to choose a good quality meat. So if you want to make sure you use good meat, because it means you don't see what is inside. Because your local butcher, you choose your meat and then get the meat. Also, if you go in Bologna, for example, they use a quarter of pork. If you go, for example, in Arezzo, is another 40 minutes from Florence, they use only pork. So it's funny, the same sauce in all around Italy change a lot in ingredients. But here in Florence, we use the meats. And we use the beef meats. Okay? I start to cook very small. The percentuality of fat has to be around 10-15%. Don't stay on that way, don't need your sauce is hard, it's not good. In my grandmother era, used to be even 35% because it's true. Fat was energy. People that used to work in the land and the bush, so they didn't have any problem with cholesterol. They burned all the energy. Now these days, looking for a more healthy diet, so we reduce drastically the percentuality of fat inside the meat. So I'm going to put the meat. I start to cook my meat. At this step, I can go a little bit more high because I have enough ingredients to don't overheat my sauce, my olive oil. Okay? I'm going to put some salt. Here in the kitchen, usually we use rocket salt because to touch, you know, the quantity is more versatile. If you use the salt grinder, you never know how much to put. So we use rocket salt. Rocket salt or salt in general is very important for your sauce. It's not only flavor, because salt has to release all the liquid inside your meat. So when you're going to use salt, after 1 minute, your meat starts to release all the liquid. The most is water, 90%. So it's very, very important to follow all the steps when you make a food. So first step, the vegetable with olive oil. Then you put meat, because someone they put all together. Meat, tomato, onion, wine. It's not good because if you follow all the steps, all your sauce, get the flavor inside your sauce. Also, if you put all the ingredients all together, at the end take at least half an hour more, and you don't get all the flavors. So if you pay attention now, the first 10-15 minutes, you follow all the steps. At the end, your sauce is got a lot more flavor. You get back at least half an hour in time. Okay? So we start to cook a little bit more high. You can smell it straight away when the meat is good. There's almost days aged, so they're very, very good. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. Now it's funny, but in the Florentine style, we're not going to use garlic. Explain why. Because if you use garlic, usually in general, someone uses it, but in general we don't use it in Florence. We don't use garlic because we use a lot of herbs. If you're going to use garlic, the garlic is going to cover all the flavor inside your herbs. You know, the essential oil is covered, you know, with the flavor of that. But if you go down, for example, South Italy, Naples, Rome, maybe they use more garlic, less onion. And maybe they don't use all the herbs, they use only bay leaves. Also, if you go in Calabria or South Italy, they use chili as well. But it's the same story. In that case, you don't really need to use the herbs because you're going to cover the flavor. So it's funny about ragu. Anywhere you go in Italy, everyone is got its style, different ingredients. And I repeat, if you go half an hour away from Florence, you change the ingredients. Okay, now this is very important to dry out the sauce, to wait the sauce, hot sauce, all the liquid inside. Okay? Again, next ingredient. The next ingredient is one of the main ingredients of our Mediterranean Sea. It's called vino rosso, red wine. It's very important you use good wine. Don't use corky wine. Don't use acid wine. Otherwise, at the end, you're going to try the sauce. It's acid. It's like good. It's not. So you don't really need to use Chianti. You need to use good. Okay, now wine something very strong in our culture. Is something very what I can say a million stories about wine. We say wine make blood, or my grandfather used to say wine is the milk of the old people. So my grandfather said, give me the milk. What's the wine? Also, wine is strongly recommend a glass every meal by doctor. Like your doctor strongly recommend a glass of wine every meal. It's got a lot of protein. I'm talking about red wine, not white wine. White wine is good, but it's more sophisticated. It's got sulfur, it's got a lot of chemical agents inside to like the wine. Red wine is all inside. Okay? Red wine is got antioxidants, like polyphenol. They help to keep away your free radical inside your blood. So it's very good against cancer. Also help to metabolize sugar, a glass, not a bottle. Your blood, so your sugar, help to metabolize the sugar in your blood, so you have to prevent the diabetes type. Okay? Also, I can say it's got a medium quality. What is very important is good wine for your sauce. Now, we wait a second, we make sure the sauce absorb all the liquid inside. Wait a second. We have to stay close to start your sauce, your fried egg. Has to be fried. It's very important. So the sauce absorbs all the flavors from the vegetable. We have to speak. I'm going to put that in. At this point, I'm going to put some double glasses. Don't worry now. It's good for you. So what happened now? The wine is not the flavor. The wine help, this is for alcohol evaporate. Wine going to decrease your sauce. So compared to Bolognese way we use milk, wine is not the flavor, decrease your sauce. So again, when you're going to eat the Florentine ragu, it's less grease in your mouth because you have used wine. So again, wine is good for you. Okay? So we wait a second, just to make sure you know the sauce is all evaporate. Even more 1 second, a couple minutes. The next ingredient is there's another fundamental step. You have to wait, has to be dry. Like first vegetable, you fry, then the basis is free. Then you put mince, you fry, and you wait it's dry. You put wine. You wait to dry again the sauce when it's dry. Then we have the next ingredients. Next ingredients is tomato. Now, tomato originally comes from America. Cristoforo Colombo, when discovered America in the 1492, discovered lots of different vegetables. One of those is tomato. Tomato, potato, they are all the same family, Solanaceae, and the other vegetable. Now, the best variety to make the sauce is the San Marzano tomato. See, it's got a long shape, it's peeled, it's got lots of flavor, plus it doesn't have seeds, and even when you cook a lot, the pulp stay inside. If you're going to use the other tomato, when they cook, they lose all the water and there's no flavor inside. Now, in Italian it's called pomodoro, roughly means golden apple, because at the beginning it was yellow. Maybe you saw on the market some tomato yellow. That's one of the first varieties, one of the primitive varieties of tomato. They cross all these different varieties, and today we have a million different varieties of tomato. San Marzano is the best one to use to make sauce. The harvest is in August. The best thing you can do in August for €5 you buy a box, because nothing. They are not peeled, so again we use three to three, grandmother three. You get hot water, you put your tomato inside your hot water, then you get water with ice, you turn the shot period, your tomato peels. My grandmother, she used to use a glasses jar to keep all the tomato, because really they buy hot water. She used all the time of the year. Now we're not doing anymore because it will take a long time. Also, tomato chemically is acid. So when you're going to make your sauce, you try your sauce, maybe sometimes it's acid, heavy, or it's not right, or you have it. So again, we use another grandmother trick. You get a teaspoon of sugar, you put it inside your tomato, you stir, and you put your sauce. The sugar, the sweet, take away the sweet, the acidity in your sauce. Maybe you know this one is very popular. But it's funny, you learn from the grandmother, after going to school, they teach you all these things. They come. I'll wait another second. Show all the sauce, spinach, so all the liquids. The color is changed to the red ruby. It's the typical color of wine, not Bianco. And also, in Italy, we use tomato paste. Tomato paste you're going to use when your tomato is not ripe enough, or is a little bit watery, or you want to make not too red the sauce. This is a lot for hunting meat, like white boar. I don't know if you ever tried cinghiale here in Florence. If you have a chance, try it because it's very, very tasty. It's not fat, it's completely different to the pork meat. And we use, in that case, tomato paste. We use a lot of vegetable, a lot of wine, has to be marinated, you know, 1 day before. And then when you go to eat your cinghiale, because I got a lot of flavor, a lot of herbs, also a lot of wine, and we use a little bit of tomato paste. So we wait another second to make sure the sauce is dry. It's a sort of liquid, maybe I exaggerate a little bit with wine, but it's good. So basically, all the ingredients, all the wine, all the benefit you have inside your wine or inside your sauce. So it's very, very important. That's why it's very important. Also, ragu, like any sauce you make with meat, is good when you cook down and you heat it up. You can use straight away if you like, but if you wait, like better, like my grandmother, she used to make Saturday for Sunday, when you're going to heat it up, the sauce, you get more detail in flavor, like all herbs. If you go to use straight away, you don't taste all these things. So it's very, very important, the sauce rest. Now today we are planning, the first sauce I'm going to make, but the last sauce we're going to use. So we have time, you know, to cook down. So wait a second. Just to be sure. It has to be close to start with your friend. Very, very important for the flavor. Get a spoon. Which tomato do you use usually when you make ragu? San Marzano, very popular everywhere. You'll find everywhere now around the world. Now, the ratio, the proportion of tomato in Florence is around 1/4 compared to the meat you use. If you go down to the south, they use a lot more, maybe because they go in tomato. I don't know, it's a funny story, but it's another way to make it. So, if you like more tomato, you can put, but the Florentine way, we use only half. Okay, so this time it's ready. Wait another second. See all these little pieces again, you're going to buy. It's extra flavor. That's my view. If you don't like it, you can use it. The cutter is a lot easier. I'm not fresh, I leave like that, because again, same philosophy like before. I like to leave big pieces because at the end they're going to try your sauce. you're going to buy, the tomato even more flavor in your mouth. So as squeeze roughly like this. And at this point, you got all the flavor concentrated inside your sauce. You can use a little bit of water to help to keep also your sauce. Don't be scared because I keep all the flavors inside your sauce. In the time we cook the pasta, the sauce is take 1 hour. Now there are not many people, but in 1 hour it's ready. Okay? So I'm back to the boiling point. Always the boiling point and as your stove is high or low, it's still the same. And I'll put it in. Okay? So you can leave on your stove, you stir a little bit, when after, half an hour or 15 minutes, and then again your sauce cook very slow, like my grandmother she used to do. My grandmother she used to have a good fire stove with a whole plate, in the can. That was very good because everything was cooked very, very slow. That's why we say always come to the grandmother because when you cook very slow, you get more flavor inside your sauce. So we have the sauce, and we're going to make pasta. In the time we make the pasta, the sauce is cooked. Now, this is semolina. Semolina comes from durium wheat. Ordinary flour comes from soft wheat. Durium means hard. In Italian, semolina di grano duro. Durium hard wheat. All pasta is made with semolina. Semolina, just two ingredients pasta. Water and semolina. All pasta is made with semolina because semolina is got inside gluten. Gluten, same word, is Latin word, in English it's the same word. Glue your pasta. So any kind of pasta around the world, you're going to put in the water, keep the shape because it's got gluten, it's made with semolina. If you use normal flour, ordinary flour from soft wheat, your pasta fall apart. That's why all pasta keep the shape when you go to cook your pasta. Does it have salt? That's the ingredients of pasta. It's just water and semolina, nothing else. Because we use salt when we're going to cook pasta. It's got a lots of property. It's very high in protein. Gluten is one of those. Also, it's got vitamin D. It's got thiamine and folate, which means it's good source of energy for your brain. It's got selenium, again another powerful antioxidant, help to prevent heart disease. The only thing you have to be careful about semolina is very high in carbohydrates. So people like me, to back to the doctor, I'm constantly on diet. You can have only one portion a day. If you have for lunch, you don't have for dinner. If you have for dinner, you don't have for lunch. So this is very important. Also, this one used to be the first meal in my grandmother era for kids, for baby. After the meal, they used to make a soup with vegetable and use semolina. It's very good because it's very good. Even now, when you see the doctor, recommend semolino. Is this soup, especially when you're sick in the stomach, help a lot, because it's got a lot of energy. So now this is all about normal pasta. Today we're going to make pasta all'uovo, egg pasta. Egg pasta is different because we're going to use 80% of ordinary flour from soft wheat, only 20% of semolina. Now the question is, why you use only 20% semolina to make egg pasta? Because we have eggs. Eggs is the glue of your pasta, so you don't need a lot of glue. But paradoxically, this 20% of durium wheat make your dough soft because this structure, this consistency, very thick, help to get air your dough. So it's better to make your pasta. Also, it's very important to use all the ingredients at the same temperature, okay, like room temperature, especially the eggs. So this one help a lot. Maybe you know at home when you make eggs, it's always better take it away from the fridge at least 2 hours before. Now we start to make. Now we start to dig a hole. Okay, I do for you, but after you put the eggs. These one are all yellow based eggs. We squeeze roughly the eggs, okay? Don't worry about it. Don't make omelette just big, a little bit. I'll give you a hand now. And then you start to reach the flour inside your eggs. At the end, it's guaranteed your eggs. We're not going to use salt. I repeat again, all pasta is made without salt. It's all right, don't worry about it. Keep going. It'll reach a little bit of flour. At the end, it's guaranteed if the egg go out, you get your spatula. Okay, now we're ready to stay. You start to mix it up all your flour with the eggs. At the end, it's guaranteed all the flour, absolutely, spatula. And you start to chop. Okay? Now, you get some semolina, you put next to your dough. You put semolina in your hands. You get all your flavors, and you start to mix it up. You fold it and push. Okay? You reach your end. Okay? This one you can use it more. Okay? And you start. Fold it and push. Okay? Like this. Fold it and push. Now we're going to make the fill for fillet pasta. Now, this is ricotta. You know everyone, I don't even ask you, you know what is ricotta. Do you know what means ricotta? Ricotta means recook. Ricotta, recook. Because it's they coagulate the milk, they cook again, and they make ricotta. Ricotta is very good because it's got neutral flavor, so you can add any different vegetable, you don't have problem. But you don't really need to use ricotta. You can use even cottage cheese, you can use Philadelphia, you can use any kind of soft cheese do you like, but the most important is not too strong in flavor. Otherwise, we're going to cover what it brings. So today we're going to use ricotta, lemon zest, salt, pepper, and Parmesan cheese. So we're going to use lemon zest, salt, pepper, olive oil, and Parmesan cheese. Okay, we start with the lemon zest. Don't stretch the white, just the yellow, because the essential oil is inside your lemon. Then you put a little bit of pepper. Salt, don't exaggerate, because you're going to use Parmesan. Parmesan always is the balance of salt in your food, so not too much salt. A little bit of Parmesan. And then the olive oil, and then a little bit of olive oil. Olive oil is not only flavor, olive oil helps even to make more smooth your fill. Okay? Then you start, you stir, and then you get a little bit, you put your hand, and you try, because you never know how strong is your lemon, you never know how strong is your olive oil. So always the best thing to do is to try your sauce. Also your fill. Also stay short, again the rule in the kitchen, because always you can add ingredients, but you can never take it away. So if you stay short, you can try the best flavor in soup. So go ahead, and I just put a little bit. From now, very important, you need to put semolina first on your dish. Okay? Yes,
I know, sorry.
It's alright, it's alright. No, it's all right. Okay, now. Going to open it off. So we have to make 3 different kind of pasta, okay? So we make a line, 1, 2, we get a third, we make like a sausage. Repeat, make sure you put semolina from now, it's very, very important. If you get dry, you can use, you get your roller, and you start to make a strike, okay? Now, tortellini is funny, it's very important, the shape. The geometry is very important. Just to give you an idea, we have to make a stripe wild like this spatula, and inside you have to make 3 squares. Okay, I'll give you a hand. Strip like that, and you make 3 squares. You wanna do it? Do. Cut this one. This off cut you can use for minestrone. You know this pasta here. You chop it up. When it's dry, you use for minestrone like this. Today we waste. I don't like waste food, but you know, I want to make sure you have enough. So now we're going to use half now to make 3 tortellini and half later to make 4 ravioli. Okay? So I'll put it in the middle. Stay in the center. 1, 2. Not too much. And stay. No, it's all right. Stay in the center.
It's not,
This is a big mess of it. It's all right. It's not. Okay. Next time you make a home, that's good.
yeah.
I didn't realize it was too much. It's the way. Oh, but it's all right. It's all right. To be very honest, it has to be like this. Okay? This is special. You have to be 10% less than the usual to make everything easy for you. Because the most of you is the first time. Although it has to take more time.
Yeah.
But now when you see all the receipts, all the ingredients, it's in what you make last time. I'm pretty sure you do it. Also even tortellini, see, it's not very hard. You have to follow all the, you know, it's all geometrical game. Squares. Okay. It's alright, we have it. See, you can see through. Get over. You go between, and then you go middle. The water is the glue. You stay here, you made.
The wrong way.
No, it's alright. If you can do it this way, it's alright. You have to work, if it's easier for you, you can use any way you like.
Okay.
You put water between, put water. Very good. You're going to fold, okay? Give your hand. Now stay too close to this. And you start to squeeze it out. Okay? Yeah. Good. Start from the middle always. Very gentle, you squeeze. Very good. And this time you go this way, long way, okay? Yeah, because we're gonna make more long, you know? If it was more convenient, you could use it this way. You have to start with okay? You need the muscle. the edges, always they are more thick. In the middle is closed. So you keep going. Now, the first sauce we're going to make is very easy and simple. Butter and sage, only 2 ingredients. So now, after I spent about 45 minutes to explain all the benefit you get from olive oil, we're going to make a cholesterol festival sauce. Okay, but it's good because butter, a little bit is good. So I'm not going to use too much, only 5. Okay? And then I guess sage. Again, very important, the temperature you use to cook your sage. You don't have to fry your sage. Yeah. That's the same philosophy like before, same principle, because if you're going to fry your sage or any kind of herbs, you're going to burn the essential oil inside your herbs. Okay, so it's very, very important to stay very, very good. Has to be like an infusion, not a fried thing. Like when you make tea, same thing. All the essential oil come out from the sage. Your butter absorbs completely the essential oil, and you get the flavor. So we cook very, very slow. Also, I'm not going to chop it up again too thin because I'm going to damage the tissue, the structure of the leaves. So that the essential oil come out. To make sure the butter doesn't fry, I'm going to get a spoon of water. We know the boiling point is always under the fry point. So in this case, I'm sure I don't burn my leaves. Also, see the color. Yeah, it has to be an infusion. Okay, I'll wait just 1 second to melt the butter. Okay. Color has to be the same like when it's fresh.
Yes.
If you turn that, means you have overcooked your leaves. Just say, I'll leave off. It's like when you make tea. Now, all the essential oil inside your sage come out and the butter absorbs completely the flavor of the essential oil. Okay? So at this point, you can cook the first pasta. Okay? You need a big pot because they give about 40% in weight and volume. So quickly they double up.
Yeah.
Okay? To make sure I'm back to the boiling point, I put my okay, on the boil. This is off. Okay? Then the boiling point. Also, I put some parmesan, va bene, really love parmesan in Italy, and a little bit of pepper. Nothing more. Okay? So this sauce very easy and simple. The only thing, again, you have to be careful, don't overheat your butter. You don't have to fry. Has to be like an infusion. It's an infusion. Okay? Slowly. The butter is better. I put some water to make sure I don't overheat my butter. And this sauce is nothing very easy. Okay? Now, in the plate. Usually tortellini after 4 minutes are ready. Fresh pasta cooked very, very fast. Also, it's not even past 1 minute. They're ready. Double. See? Yeah, it's so well. obviously al dente is 4 or 5 minutes. If you want, put 1 more minute, but don't exaggerate, otherwise collapse is not good. Also, this kind of pasta is not good enough for you, like go al dente, you like, because here you take this semolina, eggs, all the ingredients. Usually when they're more white, they're ready, when they're flawed. Now, I'll wait 1 more minute just to make sure the ravioli are cooked dentro the leaves of the pie. Also, they're more white usually. If you want, it's broken head, then you know it's part of the risk for you. But you know, obviously you have to don't stir too much. That's the reason why it's a bit hot. That's very, very important. It's not a normal pasta. You can use it when it's not hot. Usually you put oil, normal pasta. This one you don't need because you have a lot of it's not for 5, it's even too much. Usually it's too much. But when you have room, it's better. So I think we have to use this okay, now. Dash is going neck always. Okay, now this tortellini. One is broken, but it's okay. Okay. We're going to quickly now out of the stove, fire is off. Okay, I'm going to add. Then this one is really up to you. If you don't like it, but I think that will work. Get parmesan. Never really put parmesan, but we put parmesan. Use a lot of parmesan. Also parmesan helps to keep more creamy your, your sauce. Okay, let us sweet. It's part of the risk.
Exactly.
Even the good wine you buy, the best brand you buy on the market this is very fragile. Okay, now. A little sauce, a little cholesterol, and then more cheese. It's never enough.
Never enough.
Okay? Diego, buon appetito, forchette, Alfredo. Now we give it the fork. There we go, buon appetito, one second. This is the real pasta, the grandmother nonna pasta. Okay? I'm very always proud to say this, right? Because it's true. This recipe comes from generation to generation. It's the same recipe, obviously, from any grandmother. But this one in particular, I want to underline always, it's from my grandmother. Let's call it Ada. You know, this was my life, my grandmother. I learned a lot from her. Also, you know, with grandmother, you can, you know, always when you holiday, you get spoiled, you know, from your grandmother, you know, everything. Yeah. Okay. Now, the next sauce is again very easy and simple. Okay? I'm going to use fresh tomato, a little bit of garlic, and basil. Nothing more. Easy and simple. But in flavor is the next step. This one was very neutral, you know, butter and sage. Tomato is a little bit more strong in flavor, but I don't want to exaggerate because again, I want to taste the feel of my ravioli. Okay? So, ravioli please. Again, my ravioli. I'll wait to begin to get to the boiling point. First, I made the sauce and now, I don't going to use a lot of tomato. Usually, I use this amount for myself, one person. I will have fun. Because again, I don't want to make a very, very strong sauce. Now, this one, they come from the greenhouse. I want to be honest. For next month, are fantastic. They're good, this one, but you can imagine, you know, when you put it on the plate. Also, usually I make, this is the like bruschetta sauce, same ingredients, olive oil, garlic, basil, and tomato, nothing more. Usually I make this sauce out of the stove. Again, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of olive oil, I chop it up on the tomato, and I use straight away. But because they come from the greenhouse, they're good, very good in flavor, but some they're better. I'll put a little more flavor inside a little flavor or garlic inside my olive oil, so you get more flavor. Okay. Also, I'm going to put a little bit of salt because when they come from the greenhouse, it's more water. You know this one, and I cut a little. Obviously, in summer, I repeat again, everything is seasonal because you got a lot of different vegetables, fresh. Also, you go in your local market, you get all the ingredients you like. Even here in Tuscany, in Florence, it's the land of the steak. You are more vegetarian in summer. Also, we make a lot of more dishes, vegetarian dishes, like lasagna vegetarian. Maybe we're not going to use bechamel, we use just mozzarella, so it's more light. We can version more summer version. Again, a little bit of garlic. I'm not going to use a lot, just a little. Also, another way you can use garlic is saying camicia boucher. You leave the skin, you put on, the skin insulate the garlic, the olive oil get the flavor, and then you take it away with the garlic. This is another way to make, to make the family. Yeah, the same principle to cook like the grandmother she used to use. Now, I'm going to use not too much, because again, I repeat, I don't want to make a really strong sauce. Much, okay? I'm going to put it on. Again, I don't want to burn or overheat my olive oil, so we'll very, very slow. Okay? Now, because they're from the greenhouse, I add a little bit of more tomato, some marzano, just to make sure get a little bit more flavor, just to make sure 100%. It's now between, you know, spring and summer. It's the worst season to use vegetable because we don't have much from. I like to use season vegetable. See, we're going to put it out a little bit, but I don't want to.
So I burn my garlic a lot. Is that because it's too?
Well, it's too hot, too hot. See, it's ready. You don't need that. Garlic especially is very strong and intense in flavor. So you don't really need to use or to cook for
That's
hours.
starch, zero.
Yeah, you start from zero always. You never mistake any sauce. You start from zero. See, I get just a couple spoons, not too much. Just for color and flavor. Also, I get a little water from my water where I have cooked pasta. And again, the gluten was in the pasta, after was in the water. You pour in the sauce. The gluten here is not the flavor. Your sauce is, that's the reason why we use the water from the pot where you cook pasta. So gluten is dangerous only for people that have problem, celiac people. But it's a natural protein. It's a natural glue. Before we use a lot to make also salami, mortadella, to keep together all the ingredients. It's a natural substance. It's nothing dangerous. The problem is people that have problem, celiac people that are allergic or intolerant. It's very, very dangerous. So now we don't use any. Also, here in Europe, anything now they make, they say cook it trace inside of the just to make sure, you know, even if it's not. Okay, now pasta soup. The last ingredients is a basil. Now about basil, very important. Don't cut your basil. Basil has to be peeled by hand. Okay. Don't cook your basil. Okay? Basil is particular herb. Okay? Very delicate. So you don't have to cut, you have to peel by hand, like my grandmother she used to do it. Again, when you go to school, they teach all these things. But I learned all from my grandmother. Also, don't cook your basil. The essential oil, basil is very particular. Okay? The essential oil, if you're going to cook, you lose all the flavors. Don't cook your basil, don't cut it at the end till the end. Also, very, very important, don't use dry basil. Okay? Can I say the right word?
Yes.
It's disgusting. Okay? Doesn't have flavor. It's a something amazing. Like basil, when you dry the leaves, it's like basil, the essential oil evaporates. It's nothing in there. It's one of the herbs you can use dry. Okay? Rosemary, many other herbs, bay leaves, you can use it. They give a little bit less flavor, but they're good. Basil is not good. It's disgusting. The right word, can I use it? Happened to me many times. I'm in hurry in the supermarket. I get the sauce ready, you know, because sometimes I've tried the sauce, it's bitter, it's not good. It's like you get a bunch of grass from your garden, dry and you put it inside. It's not good. Okay, so if you want to use other herbs, but don't use dry basil. Now, basil is very important to cook. Here in Italy, everywhere we have basil from now, in the balcony, in the window, because it's even mosquito repellent. So they don't like the smell. Also, if you pick from the top, like this, regrowing for all the season, you have to pick from the top. That's very good. And at the end, when it's ready, the sauce, you use it. That's very easy and simple. So, the sauce is not cooked because I put sand just to get the flavor of the garlic. In summer, you do all out of the stew, fresh basil. At the end, you're going to flip the pasta, not even before, at the end. Okay? Also, if you want to make another good sauce, you don't want to make fillet pasta, you can use the same ingredients you have used for fillet pasta. Make a flat pasta. You get a little bit of ricotta, a little lemon zest, a little parmesan, and it's fantastic. There's the typical sauce in summer even to make pasta salad, because here in Italy we make cold pasta, you know, from the fridge, it's summer, because we got pasta. That is very, very good sauce. Okay, also fillet pasta is more for winter, it's more heavy. In summer usually we make more more flat pasta. So if you're gonna go to make flat pasta, same ingredients, just now. Ravioli usually they take a little bit less compared to tortellini. With another say. Okay. Would you like to change your plate or is it right to use the same one? Right? Okay, now. Here. Oh, you have this one. Okay. Sana, even here in Tuscany, Florence, we have a lot of meat, you know, in more vegetarian.
Yeah.
Also smell.
I do love vegetables. So, had a nice dish with
We used to have a garden before my grandfather, but now we don't have time. I like to all fruit, grape, pears, peach, apple, apricot, all the fresh, when it's the season is fantastic.
I had a we were on the coast, Chicote, and I had a cuttlefish stew with chard. I haven't had chard in a while. You know this chard, Swiss chard. Greens, it's a bitter green.
Yes.
It's like the Esquimalt. I was gonna say. Or like a mustard green.
Okay, yeah,
That's delicious. Yeah, chickpeas.
yeah, it's good. Chickpeas.
Yeah, chickpeas and the green.
Yeah.
It's chard.
Chickpeas is good as well as protein.
Yeah.
The vegetable, if you have the right proportion, problem is vegan. Vegetarian, you can survive. Vegan is very, very dangerous because you need to eat a lot so more.
Yeah.
And also you will get protein, so you have to eat more.
Yeah, more beans.
Definitely vegetarian is better. Meat, no, it's not good. Fat, animal fat, very, very good. But in the right.
But delicious.
Yeah, I know, you're right. Especially here in Florence, you can't say nothing about meat because, all the industry, is on top of the steak, like even the tourist. Sorry?
Blueberry steak?
Blueberry steak is a vegetarian.
It's a real,
It's sauces you can make.
Yeah, we had it last night.
Even with cafe, coffee, the main sauce with the panda is medium different. Usually sauces different, the fancy sauces are for fillet. Because fillet is very tender, doesn't have a lot of flavor. Gonna be honest, fillet is only tender. That's the reason why you use 2,000 different sauces. You use fillet, not taste. Steak, the entrecôte is always more tasty. Even in the steak, the T-bone, when you go to try it, because many people they think fillet is better, not the flavors inside. Just tender, only that one. It's very particular muscle fillet.
So other than this restaurant, do you have a favorite restaurant in Florence?
This is just a not it's very, very good. Also, it's not expensive. Because you are in the center and you close to the center. But they use really good quality on meat, especially steaks. That's why it's outside the world. Because the meat is aged. It's very important meat when
He's
it's
had that steak in New York. Steakhouse.
No, I know in New York, I have in Miami, even when I was in LA. And they had meat is good. In America, we have fine. But in Australia it's the same. Argentina, Brazil, they feel it's fantastic. Try it. Very nice. Now, it's all out of the stove. Okay? Olive oil also. It's the same. Olive oil. Now, basil. Like this. You have two big pieces. It's good. It's got lots of more things. Okay. Beef free, and then a little bit of cheese. You know, Parmesan is the most exported cheese in the world. And the pasta.